So that's the first thing that you need to know is you might need to shadow your client a little bit and asking them back and forth of like, hey, what if I do this for you? What if I do that? And it's just more of taking initiative. Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now my goal is that at this video is to walk you through what to expect on your first couple of days as a virtual assistant. Now if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lacaba. I've been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run my own virtual assistant outsourcing agency here in the Philippines. And I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to run business from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now if you've followed any of my videos before on how to get hired, how to update your resume, all of that, hopefully at this point you have a job as a virtual assistant. And I do have a whole playlist on how to get started that you guys can check out. But in this video, I'm really going to focus on, okay, now that you've gotten the job, what's next? What to expect? And a lot of this are going to be harsh truths that you need to kind of know as you're getting into it, so you know that it is part of the process. Now, the first one is that you will probably need to shadow your client. What that means is in the first couple of days, weeks, or even months, you will be checking in with your client a lot. You will have that sync often. And I do even recommend this inside of my agency to XU because your client might be someone who's never hired before or worked with someone before, and they'll need help knowing what to delegate to you. So you as the virtual assistant, you can ask like, hey, can I do that for you? Hey, can I learn how to do that so you don't have to do that in the future? As long as they're tasks that might be frustrating them or they're tasks that take up a lot of their time that you know you have the capability of learning and doing them, take it. These initiatives, when you do this, will show your client that you are someone who they need in their life because they can give tasks to, as well as it's an opportunity for you to keep growing more. It's an opportunity for you to do new tasks, for you to challenge yourself and to learn beyond what you already know. So that's the first thing that you need to know is you might need to shadow your client a little bit and asking them back and forth of like, hey, what if I do this for you? What if I do that? And it's just more of taking initiative. The next thing that you need to know is you will be overwhelmed. This is, again, a totally normal thing that happens when you get started as a virtual assistant. It can get better and better, but usually if you're jumping into a new industry, for example, that you've never been in before, or you've never been a virtual assistant before, it's going to be overwhelming either way. Even if you've done this for a while, there's still going to be a little bit of that overwhelm as you literally learn about someone else's business and their life and how you're able to support them. So whether you're going to be just a general VA, a social media VA, or project manager VA, whatever it is that you are signing up for, you have to keep in mind that yes, in the beginning there will be overwhelm. I'm just going to tell you this right off the bat because honestly it's just a part of that process. The first, again, 30 days, could be 60 days that you're still a little bit overwhelmed, but trust that things will slowly kind of just adjust because you now know how to clean up their email. In the first place, you have no idea how to clean up their email. You'll learn how to do certain projects or certain tasks that might have originally taken you an hour, now just takes you 30 minutes or even less. So the overwhelm will go down as you learn and become more efficient at the task, but at first, yes, it will be an overwhelm. Next thing to expect is you'll just be adjusting a lot, and kind of same thing with the overwhelm. You will be adjusting your time, your peak hours when you work, whether you work in the same time zone as your client or you're working in the day as they're asleep in the US, for example. There will be an adjustment on how you work. And you might have been that in a past client that you worked with, this kind of style really work, but then for them, it actually is a different thing. So you have to keep in mind that it is going to be a huge adjustment period, not just systems wise or work wise, but also for you, of you getting used to communicating this way with this person because it's the best way, of you adjusting a little bit so your personalities don't clash with your client. It's you getting to know them on a different level and getting to know yourself as well. So both of you have to adjust and find a good middle ground so you guys can both keep working. Next thing to expect is that you will just make a lot of mistakes, and it just happened basically. A lot of new skills, a lot of new tasks. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to be doing things that because you've never done them before, you don't know what you don't know. Some people just call this the idiot tax. When you're still an idiot learning a new task, you're still incompetent at them, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. But trust, again, that it's all part of the process, that later on you will know to catch that typo. You will know to catch maybe an audio audio error if you're a video editor. You're able to see things beyond because you've already done this a couple times, that you've made enough mistakes that you know how to avoid them. Next thing to expect is that you'll be learning a lot of new tools. Again, whether this is something new for you or you've been doing this a while, you're experienced in what specialty or generalization you're in, there's going to be new tools for you to learn depending on what the client is currently using. Yes, you can suggest on a tool that's worked for you in the past, especially if their current tool isn't something that is actually as robust or as effective, but you will be learning the way that their business flows and the way that their business works. So just expect there's going to be some experimentation, some research, and just some course going through as you're learning this new tool. And speaking of learning new tools, you're also going to be learning a lot of new tasks. So a lot of the time, again, even if you're doing this for a while, there might be something unique that you have to do just for this client of yours, just because their business is run differently. There could be something that a task that they've had to create to compensate for something in their business. So there's always going to be something new that you're going to go through. So just be open to it, just lean into it, because it's going to be the fastest ways that you're going to be able to be onboarded, that you're going to get used to this client, and it's going to be one of the fastest ways that you're going to be able to adjust. It's just being open to those new tasks, being open to learn, and again, make mistakes. Next thing to just outright expect is that you will have to create your own systems. And there's a lot of different systems that you can create as a virtual assistant. There's your daily routine, there's your work routine, there is a way for you to sync with your client, there's the system of knowing how to prioritize tasks, which ones to do first, which ones to do later. And there will also be a system of when to de-stress and debrief and take a break, because that is the most important thing. Is as you're learning, as you're growing, keep in mind that you will need to take a break from time to time, that it doesn't have to be the straight thing that you're doing every single day. And one of the biggest things that you can expect when you start working as a virtual assistant is it might not work out. And that's just the reality of it, is that there will be times where it's just not a personality match, it's just not a skills match. Either you or the employer just don't work together well. And yes, there will be ways where you can circumvent, where you can fix things, where you can tweak things, but there are going to be times where it's just not a fit. Depending on how much the employer filtered to be able to find you, maybe they weren't able to be clear enough on who they needed in their business, maybe they weren't able to interview you in the right way where they would know if you're the person that they're looking for. But that's just something that happens, is that from time to time, you'll just be working with the wrong client, and you need to know to say something, to speak up, to say like, hey, I don't think this is going to be working out if you're going to be bothering me at midnight on my time when I've specifically said that I won't be able to work at that time, because they will need someone more specific than you, and that's okay. There's an abundance of opportunities everywhere. There's businesses starting and growing every single day, that you will have more and more opportunities as long as you're willing to let the wrong one go. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below, what are things, if you're a virtual assistant, what other things should other people be more prepared about when it comes to getting started? And let me know if you're starting out as a virtual assistant. I'm looking forward to cheering you on your journey. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have business from home. And you guys can check out the latest playlist right here and the latest video right here. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.